Great. Thanks for joining us. Today we are talking with Alison, who doesn't like pie crust but loves brambleberry crisp ice cream. Her nickname is Kiddo. She once tried to pick up a guy by leaving a note on his windshield. She has too many gray sweaters, according to her husband, can touch her nose with her tongue, and wishes she was from Ireland because she would love a cool accent. Today she is sharing about Nashville. So welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Sure. Welcome, Allison. This is awesome. So our timer started. We got our 7 minutes going. So you haven't always been in Nashville. So can you just tell us a little bit about why Nashville is so special to you?
Well, it's where my husband was living at the time that I met him, and I was not living there. But I knew as soon as I met him, I thought, well, Nashville sounds cool. Like it just had a reputation for being an okay city to think about relocating to. So we're known as Music City. We're also centrally located, and we just feel like it's a great place to put down roots and raise a family and just, yeah, build a life.
Wonderful. Yeah. So what are some of the must-see places in Nashville? Tell us about those.
So Nashville, obviously, where we have a great tourism scene normally, and we get a lot of traffic from a lot of people, and mainly they usually hit up, downtown Broadway with all the neon lights and all the honky-tonks, and that's not our scene these days because we have a small child, but it is great. It's really cool to see. You can even go during the daytime, and usually the lights are still on, and you kind of get the effect. But personally, living here, we've done the Ryman, which has a lot of history. We've done, there's screen printing that they run an event. I'm slipping on the name of the actual facility you can go to, but it's all kind of in that Country Music Hall of Fame arena.
Okay.
And there's just a lot of really cool history. A lot of it has to do with music, obviously. But yeah, parks, there's Civil War monuments and old plantations you can tour, all sorts of history here. So that can be available to people that are interested.
That's cool, because when you think about Nashville, you think about music, but you forget there's a huge history. Like you said, there's museums and that sort of stuff, a lot of history in Nashville. So we're going to ask you our favorite question, which is food. So is there food or places that unique dishes that we should try when we come besides the brambleberry crisp ice cream?
Yeah.
So yes. So
that.
Jenny's is like, it's like Jeni, Jenny's with an I. She has several locations all throughout Nashville. It's great. It's wonderful. You might be, if you come and it's busy and there's a line outside, don't let that stop you. Get in the line. It's worth it. Yeah. So we love that. We love to take visitors to Jenny's. We also usually will do barbecue. We like Edley's. There's also Martin's. Both of those, I believe, are like family owned and operated, and just have had a lot of support from the community. What else? Yeah, just, the South is what barbecue. There's a lot of those places, but I'm thinking that's the main ones that we do when friends come. Other than, Baja Burrito, which is not really a Nashville thing, but Mexican food can be found anywhere, but that's one of our favorite places to take friends and family.
Oh, great. So what are some of the things you think most people are most surprised about when they visit Nashville?
Well, it depends where you're from. My mother-in-law is from Oklahoma, and she is always amazed at how it is not flat, because Oklahoma is very flat.
Right.
And then there's a lot of trees, there's a lot of buildings, there's a lot of traffic. So it just depends what you're used to. My family is from a small city, and so Nashville seems very big to them. And then the traffic. I used to live very briefly in Southern California, and so it's not that bad compared to Southern California. But there can be traffic.
Yeah, that's unusual to hear because Nashville's not a huge city, but it's compact, right? There's a lot going on, so and everybody wants to be right there in the center, so I can see the traffic. So what's your favorite photography location? Where would you suggest people go if they want to see the sights? Is it outdoors or?
That is a very good question. I think there's some unique opportunities downtown. We have a pedestrian walking bridge, and then there's a riverfront down there. They've tried to put in some art sculptures and various like they're like circular intersections, roundabouts, they might be called elsewhere. So they put in some unique things. On Music Row, there's actually like a big iron statue there. So it just really depends what you're looking for. Yeah, Music Row is really just a bunch of houses that are like housing like recording studios. So like when you're driving on it, you're kind of like, oh, this is maybe not what I expected. But yeah, there's little things tucked here and there. Most of it has to do with music. But yeah, downtown can have some unique skylines and like I said, the lights on Broadway. So it just depends what you're looking for. If you want nature, obviously go out, find a park. We have several of those, and or even walking around Opryland Hotel. They actually have like a really big inside conservatory with, I think, an indoor river. So that can be kind of fun. And at Christmas time, I know they decorate it like amazingly. And that can be, we used that one time on New Year's Eve because it was rainy and cold. And that way we still felt like we were going out, but we were inside.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that sounds incredible. So if you want to connect with locals, where's some good places to meet locals or chat with locals? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. So Nashville obviously has a lot of places where the locals hang out. Again, we take the stance personally that they're probably not hanging out on Broadway because that's so like touristy.
Right.
But things we have done that we enjoy are related to the Bluebird Cafe. We've actually never been to the cafe itself, which is like a long-standing 30-plus year Songwriters in the Round format, and you have to get tickets way in advance. So if anybody's trying to plan for that, plan ahead. But we have done, they do a summer concert series. I think it probably, unfortunately, was canceled this year due to the situation, but it's really neat. They run it May through October, and it's one Saturday a month. And they basically take the Bluebird experience and they go to Vanderbilt Observatory, which you can tour that separately, I'm sure, if you just go to their website. But it gets you out in nature. You kind of have a concert under the stars, and you get that same effect of the Bluebird Cafe with that Songwriters in the Round. So that's one of the local secrets we have enjoyed for years.
Oh my gosh.
Every now and then they do sell individual tickets, but usually they're sold as season ticket packs.
Okay, so you'd have to go for the season or borrow somebody else.
I think they usually try to. Yeah, I think they try to usually. If we had tickets, we'd just take company when they came to town. But I think they do usually open up some tickets in like July and maybe August or something. Like a couple of the concerts in the season, they'll sell extra tickets online.
Okay,
I think I heard that. Oh, that was the alarm.
That's the timer.
I know, it's cutting off.
So I think that's our 7 minutes. So thanks, Alison, so much. I learned so much about Nashville, not that it wasn't already on my list, and I've been there a few years ago, but I would definitely like to go back. So thanks for sharing your story. We're doing a new question and answer series. So if you have questions for us, we will answer them. There's a link in our description. So just click there and ask us questions and travel with us through real stories from real people. Thanks.
Thank you, Alison. It's great.
Yeah, thank you.